Good times are flowing, people, that's the warning. Don't you dare lose timing. Till the Windrush touch down in England, we keep our hips on moving. Come on, oi, 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 oi. We keep our
Well,
hips
when we
on
came to England, you know, we wouldn't call it Windrush because the government was asking people to come to England to work.
They were not leaving the Caribbean for a better life because things were not so great there. They were leaving because they were asked to come. You know, they were part of the British colony, the part of the British Empire. The Queen was their queen.
We came here and we served our time. The war was over. And I came up to Leeds. That's the first time I come to Leeds and did an engineering course.
Served in the RAF before he came here, so he'd been to England briefly before that as part of his service, and then came back with his brother.
Came back to England on the Windrush, 48.
And then they both settled in England, came up to north of England to Leeds to live.
They fought in the First World War, they fought in the Second World War, and then after the Second World War, when Britain was at its lowest point, they were then asked, as part of the British Empire, to come and help repair, rebuild, and take up jobs where there was no workers.
We had English passport, you see, because there was British rule then. So we still have English passport. So we didn't have any trouble coming to England.
When we were growing up and we go to the cinema and me and my friends and we used to see all the snow and thought, well, we'd like to go and see the snow, you know, and see what's it like.
I think she arrived between 61 and 62.
Paid £75 on British Airways to come here, my goodness. And when we come off in London and we came outside, I thought, oh, my friends said, what are we doing here? I said, I don't know.
So Mum arrived in London first with the intention of going to Wolverhampton or Birmingham, as she says, and ended up in Leeds because somebody said, oh, there's jobs there in Leeds. It's a good place to go.
But when I came here, oof, I could turn back straight off. It was like a disaster.
My mom said to me, son, would you like to go to England? I said, no, I want to stay here with you, look after you. I said, well, there's nothing here for you to do. You might go to England and try and better your life.
He came here, as a lot of people did, to find their fortune, and he didn't want to come. He always says that story. He didn't want to come. He was very much a mother's boy.
I had a pig, and I sold the pig, and my mother scraped together what she had.
The Windrush came and it called on by Barbados and Trinidad and picked up all these lads. And they were mainly ex-RAF boys. So when they came to Jamaica, you see a French woman you didn't expect to see again. And he's shouting from one way on me, and somebody shouting, oh God, it was beautiful.
I leave St. Kitts on the 12th of September on a boat, big ship called SS Montserrat.
So my dad always told that story. He told it in a story as, you know, get the violins out, like, oh, poor Dad came over on a little boat, and that, you know, one that he could scoop water out of.
I had a lovely time on that boat, I tell you. I said to the captain, can I have a job on the boat? He said, no, you're born to England.
My dad said something many years later about, oh, and something when we had at the captain's table or something. And I said, excuse me? And he said, oh, yes. Oh, yeah, we used to go for dinner with the captain.
We take 16 days to get here.
On board the ship, we had a good time.
Then he told me it was an ocean liner. And there were all these, you know, cinemas and all these things that you could do, roller skating, you name it, you could do it on there.
When I'm coming to Leeds, I see all the trees with no leaves. I said, no wonder they want people in England. They have a lot of, it's a big place, you know. And then further on, I saw some smoke coming out the chimneys. I said to the man next to me, oh, they have a lot of factories in England. He said, oh, them is where you're going to live. One of them houses is what you're going to live.
We came to Leeds the afternoon. We got off the train and came out, and on the boards, 4 Jamaicans attacked Leeds. So when 4 of us came off the train and walked out, everybody looking at us 4.
So many people that we know, we found out later on they all lived in the same house at some point.
Yeah.
And then people got their own places and some bought houses. So it was that very much of pulling together, seeing one person pull themselves up by the bootstraps and then the next person.
There we were, nowhere to live, and problem.
We're paying like £2 for a room.
Luckily, I mean, we did find one woman who, said, she had a room, her son had was gone, 4 of us in the one room.
So she showed me the room and she said, this is the room. So I looked, and I looked at my friend. It was a mattress on the floor and a wardrobe, and she said, that's all you get.
This is the land of my birth. This is the land of my birth. This is Jamaica.